Some expert analysis. Satya PODDAR, partner of tax and regulatory services at EY, joins us on the phone line, as does SACHIN MENON of KPMG. Good afternoon, gentlemen. A quick comment from you, Satya, on what you make of the fact that we keep getting stuck at the same places, petroleum, alcohol, entry tax. These are the same issues of difference of opinion between the centre and the state.
Yes, the all committee announcement is absolutely stunning. We are back to where we were before the elections, and it looks like that the government haven't made an inch of progress in resolving the dispute. And this is all the more surprising because even till yesterday, Mr. Sinha, Jayant Sinha, was making the announcements in the newspaper saying that they've resolved all of the issues. But based on today's announcement by the Empowered Committee Chair, this doesn't appear to be the case at all.
In fact, but Satya, why are you surprised? Because the standoff on petroleum especially, or even on alcohol today in the newspapers, the spirits lobby has put out a half-page ad pleading to states to agree to allow alcohol to be included in the constitutional amendment bill. These are all points, I mean, the same points of difference that have existed for several months now.
Well, alcohol I understand, and that's why they're taking all that, but we were given to believe by the center that they have reached a compromise with the states to zero-rate petroleum products. Petroleum will be inside the GST, but will be zero-rated at the beginning, and only over time they'll be taxing it. I understand that even entry tax was to be fully subsumed, because the Maharashtra government is having all kinds of difficulties. A number of dealers from Maharashtra state went and met the Finance Minister Jaitley, and they pleaded that the entry tax be discontinued after GST commences. And I don't know why those issues have resurfaced again. Indications I have is that the main opposition is coming from precisely the state of Gujarat, which is stunning, because we are hoping that with Prime Minister Modi taking the control at the center, the Gujarat will be a little more conciliatory. But the demands that have come in are perhaps, that's the indication I have, that they are coming from Gujarat. And Gujarat is making all these demands not because they make any economic sense, but simply as a negotiating ploy with the center. Gujarat collects about 8,000 crore rupees from the central sales tax, which is collected in the producing state, and they are afraid that the GST will not adequately compensate them for the loss of the GST revenue. And that's why they're demanding that the revenue guarantee given by the center for any loss in the revenues be for 5-year period. Centers offer only 3 years of compensation. On top of that, petroleum, the reason they want to keep it outside is because Gujarat is collecting a lot of tax on natural gas exports to other states, which go into fertilizer production. And under the GST regime, there are significant doubts that the state will be able to continue to levy the tax on production inputs like natural gas going into fertilizers. And Gujarat doesn't want to give it up, no matter how irrational the tax is on natural gas.
Sachin, what are you picking up in terms of whether we're likely to make any progress, or whether this winter session is definitely not going to see the passage of the amendment, the constitutional amendment bill?
See, the issues which was discussed now by Satya is actually real. It was there for a long time.
Right.
And especially the states which are in a better position in terms of the current tax regime, where they are amassing enough taxes through interstate sales, etc. They are the people who are actually having concerns about reservation about the GST.
That's fine, Sachin, but the point is that these reservations are not new. They are age-old. This issue about petroleum, alcohol, entry tax, all age-old. If we haven't been able to resolve them so far, if the centre is not willing to give in to the state's demands, justifiably so, then what does this mean for how quickly we can get GST on board?
See, the point is that the GST is a reality which is going to come. The only question is that whether it will happen now or it will later.
You almost make it sound like it's almost irrelevant whether it happens in 2 years or 4 years or 6.
So the point is that as far as most of the issues are getting resolved, there is no inch of progress. I won't agree to Satya's statement. There is progress.
Okay.
There are states which are having reservations, and especially Gujarat being a state which has spent a lot of money on incentives and attracting investments, thinking that would bring in revenue in terms of interstate sales tax, etc., are really in a jittery, which we can understand that. The point is that as far as these issues are concerned, maybe at best this could be some way of negotiating a better deal for the states, and I don't think this could.
But are you saying, Sachin, that it seems like this winter session at least will not see the passage of the Constitutional Amendment Bill?
So, in fact, I don't think that even the Parliament, if the bill is presented, Gujarat MPs are going to oppose this for that matter.
Sachin, a clear answer would help. Do you think it will pass through this session?
So, I hope so. I mean...
Okay, so let me put that question to Satya as well. Satya, do you think at this point in time, based on the developments, that you think that this will pass this session? And if not, will we make the deadline of 2016?
Number one, the thing that is unknown today is whether the centre is prepared to table the bill without agreement of the empowered committee. My own feeling is that that's a political call the government has to make in the next few days. If they do decide to table the bill without empowered committee consensus, then I'm pretty certain that the bill will pass, because government will table the bill only if they are confident they can get the majority in the two houses to pass the bill. So the question, and my own feeling is that this impasse that has been created by the empowered committee will not have a technical solution of the type that the government has been trying for the past few days. It has to be a political solution. Prime Minister Modi himself has to intervene in the discussions, and he has to put pressure on his own former state, Gujarat, to shut up and go along with the GST. I think soon after Modi came to the center, the Gujarat had softened its opposition in public comment.
Okay.
And I have a feeling that softening is an indication that Narendra Modi will be able to buy consensus of the states, and most importantly Gujarat.
Okay.
So both of you have the consensus that this is possibly posturing by states, and we could see this.
Well, there's also the compensation issue, right? Which the states just don't agree with the centre on, or the centre doesn't agree with the states on. And the demand is for compensation of 5 years. One tranche, Mr. Jaitley says he's willing to release.
Which will push the rate up to 27.5%.
Well, gentlemen, we'll leave it there. It doesn't seem as if things look progressive at this point in time. But let's keep our fingers crossed.